We live. It's part 2. We got Mickey Bey, Big Rich, Real Boxing Facts. We out here in Las Vegas. So tell me more about the mob.
Yeah, I was basically just making a reference, just by saying that's who started boxing pretty much, and how it was ran back in the day. It's still corruption. It's just different. You know, it might not be the exact, like, it might not be the mob in the game, but it's still corruption.
Right.
Like, you know, but
So do you think promoters they really take advantage of their fighters?
I mean, it's still a business. So at the end of the day, my thing is, a lot of times to me, I think it's middlemen. Like, I don't really even think it be the promoters. Like it's middlemen. Like, you know, you got a lot of middlemen that's trying to eat, so they go between the fighter. Like, my problem always in my career been the middleman. Like, it ain't really never been a promoter. Even with Floyd, you know, everything was good when it was just him, me dealing with him. But when you stick a middleman in there, just imagine this. Imagine if they ain't rich, or imagine if they don't got that much money. What you think is gonna happen?
Right.
When you gotta go to the, just say it's $1 million. I'm just making examples. Say it's $1 million on the table. If you don't have the right managers you can trust, they talking to the promoter. They could come to you and say, "Oh, it's 300," so they can give you that, and then take out of that 300. And you know, you got to pay all the other stuff back. You got tax. But my thing is, you know.
So in your opinion, what do you think a fighter with a championship belt should be getting paid?
I mean, it all varies still, like, because boxing is weird to me. Like, a lot of times people get paid on favoritism. Like, you got guys that if the promoter like you, they might pay you a certain amount. It's weird, but it's weird how boxing is. Like, you know, some guys, they could fight Joe Blow and not even sell tickets, but get paid 4 or 5 times more than another fighter. Like me, like, I think every big fight I had, my opponents got at least 4 to 5 times more than me.
Wow.
And I never said nothing. I never complained. This is my first time even saying it. I'm talking about the few big fights that I did have, my opponents got anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 times more than me. I never complained. Even though I knew it wasn't right, I ain't complained though. Because I learned, like, when I got with Floyd, I'm like, dang, you know, I feel like before I got with him, I think my mistake was probably being in a rush, but I really wasn't in a rush, because you get in boxing to make money. You get tired of making them little paydays, fighting hard fights, but getting them little paydays. But I think coming with Floyd, I'm gonna just sit back and just let it go how it's gonna go. I ain't gonna question nothing. But when you do that, dudes get relaxed. They see that you relax, and then they say, oh, like, damn, they take advantage. So, you know, after 3 years, 3 or 4 years of that, I'm like, damn, come on, come on, yes, I won the belt now. Like, it got to go up a little bit.
So, in terms of regulating boxing, do you think that promoters should have to be accountable for things like that, other than just the middleman? I mean, everything should be itemized.
In my situation, yeah, but the promoters, to me, they doing a good job right now. Like, if you look at Bob Arum, if you look at Eddie Hearn, and if you look at PBC, when you got the majority of fighters that's happy, that's when you know it's going good. Like, everybody can't be happy. Like, I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. Like, so I ain't gonna just say one guy might not like being with Al, but they might go to Bob and have a great career. But it might be vice versa on the other hand. But as long as the fighter to me is making money, which all of them guys do, they ain't gonna do nothing as petty as what happened to me. Like, if a dude can fight and he don't owe you money, never slept with your girl, did something bad, why would you put a man on the shelf just because the manager tell you to? If the manager say, oh no, this dude, he's starting to ask questions now, man, you have to teach him a lesson. And that's basically what my situation was. It wasn't nothing, but that was from me having a young manager. You know, that was his first time managing. We couldn't, I was willing to sit down at the table. It's like, man, after a while, when you know, when you know you getting fucked, like how long you gonna let it happen? Like I'm still boxing to help my family, and you know I ain't one of them dudes that, you know, how people say all that fake it till you make it. Like I got tired of that shit. Like ain't no point of being on something called the money team if I wasn't making no money like that. Like, you know, I ain't saying that Floyd did some great things for me, but what I'm saying is let me choose my own manager. Like if I want this person to manage me, don't stick somebody in and make them manage me. And then I don't never know when I'm fighting. I got to find out in the media, just like a fan. I wake up in the morning and hear I got to fight.
So I was going to ask you that. What's your relationship with Floyd?
It's kind of weird.
Do you have a long history with Floyd?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I knew Floyd literally probably half of my life now. Yeah, since I was a teenager.
Oh, wow. So y'all grew up together.
Yeah, like I moved out here because of him. But what's funny is when I first moved out here, everybody said I was dumb. Oh, the Mayweathers ain't this. They can't train. Floyd ain't this. To see everybody mimic them and try to fight like them a decade later just kind of was funny to me. Because a lot of my friends in the boxing world and trainers was like, oh, they was kind of like, dang, why y'all going to Vegas? Like, but see, I was always good at seeing the future a little bit, I guess you could say. Like my brother already had this. He knew since Floyd was an amateur. Like, man, he the best fighter in the world. I don't know how he knew. It was like a prophecy or something.
Wow.
We got this on video. Like, we got proof. Like, he told me this when Floyd was in the Olympics. That was around when I first started boxing. And he told me that he could beat Mosley and De La Hoya at the time. And we debating, because, you know, I was the Mosley and De La Hoya guy at that time, like when they was professional. And he like, no, man, this dude right here, because our first boxing trainer let us use a tape of the Olympics. And my brother was like, man, he the best fighter in the world. And he was like, man, if we turn pro, we need to train with his dad. At that time, I think we was, Emmanuel Stewart was sponsoring us. You know, he had opened us a gym, opened us up a gym in Cleveland. We used to go back and forth from there to Detroit. You know, Detroit just like 2 hours away. But my brother just had that vision, like, man, his dad is the truth. Like, he a great trainer. Like, we need to go out there. And then one day we just met. You know, it's gonna be a documentary to it all, so y'all can see all the footage. But
so tell me this: what does people like misunderstand about you when they type your name up on Google and they want to know about you? What do they just don't understand about you?
Well, my thing is that you can't believe a headline that come out because anybody could type a headline and put it out. Like, that don't mean that that's what it is. Like, you might see something come out, but you didn't see the effect. You didn't see the details and this and that. So but I was always the kind of dude like, all right, forget it. I'm gonna take the back seat. I'll take the flack for that and just move on. But you know, I think maybe my manager at the time did learn now. Like, my thing was, I think that we should have sat down with each other. I'm always open to forgive. Like, who am I? Like, shit. Ain't no human being perfect. I made mistakes. He made mistakes, but I feel like I feel like some of the stuff he did. Floyd is the kind of guy that he pay and he deal on emotions. And by you being his cousin, you know how to trigger his emotions. So if you feel like you need to put me in check and slap me on the wrist, you know how to go to your cousin and what to do and what to say. Like, you know what to say, and he shouldn't have done that. If you making money off of me, you should have kept it how it was. Like, Floyd was the kind of dude, that if he with you, he gonna be with you. Like, he gonna pay you and overpay you, and he the king of boxing. So if he say I want him to have this or I want him to do that, it's gonna happen. But if he say he don't, it's gonna be bad for you. And I just feel like Floyd, beforehand, before I had a manager, Floyd treated me great, almost like a son did. Even though, you know, he ain't old enough to be my dad, but I'm saying, like, I can't take away all the good stuff that he did. But what make Floyd great in the ring, it kind of make him bad as a promoter and bad as a businessman, because he's so much of a winner that if it's a dispute, whether right or wrong, he want to win. He a winner in the ring, but in business, it's different. It's like Michael Jordan. He the greatest player ever, but how is he as an owner in the NBA? What you think?
Right. So do you think that, because to me, when two men sit down and talk, what I'm saying, I think anything can be worked out.
Yeah, but man, what, I don't know. Like, you would think I slept with it. You would think I messed with one of his girls or stole some money or something. Like, I don't know. But my thing is, it was definitely unnecessary because we ain't got no personal problem, this and that. I shouldn't have got set on the shelf the long as I had. I ain't never trip or complain. Like, I made the least money out of every 10-round fighter at Mayweather Promotion.
Right.
Like, everybody. Like, I ain't never complained. Ain't nobody never hear this. Like, me come out and say this. I just took it on the chin. But at the end of the day, it was just the extra stuff to me. Like, if you're going to finally let me move on, just let me move on. If dudes say they want to sign me, don't nobody got to go and say, just let them do what they want to do. You don't got to put a wrench in it. Like,
right. So tell me this. So, when we talked about the mob, do you think they kind of like categorize that as politics now? And I mean, because that's like a word that you can use and make it acceptable. Yeah,
it's more political. But,
yeah.
But see, most of like I said, your promoters is about money. Man, these dudes would promote Ted Bundy if he was still alive. Like, come on, man. Like, as long as you could bring money to the table for them, they'd promote you. But a lot of the time, like I said, and I don't knock dudes' hustles, but a lot of dudes that get in boxing, think about it. How many kids you hear in school grow up say, oh, I want to be a boxing manager when I grow up? Zero. Right. So think about why dudes get into boxing. The thing is you can't just jump into the NFL or NBA with no qualifications.
Right.
In boxing, you could just jump in off the streets and say, oh, I'm a boxing manager. You could be, and most cats don't have no business experience that get in, which is fine. But what I'm saying is, like, if you get in, just know we putting our life on the line. We did this our whole life. So if you jump in on this, understand that, like even me, like, I must be kind of crazy. I've been training. You see how I just worked out. Right. Imagine training like that without having no date or nothing. Like, and I ain't made a boxing person 3 years.
Right, and you've been sparring the top people that's out there.
Yeah, you seen.
Yeah,
and I ain't look rusty at all.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say no names, but you've been sparring all the top people out there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my thing, but I feel like that's all I can do is do what I can control. Hopefully soon this stuff just inching in there, but like I say, it ain't easy leaving Mayweather Promotions, and I had it the hardest though, which is weird. Like, at one point it would have been the best for me, like I say, but I had it the hardest just by having a manager that just came in. You think about it, man. You come in, you manage a fighter, and he become a champion in less than a year. You didn't have to invest $0. Zero. You didn't have to put up no money. But you, and I ain't trip on that. Even though I didn't pick him as my manager. My thing is that after a few years when we did part ways, it should just be like, all right, it's all good or whatever, and I even offered him another, position, chance to come back in, but like we got to sit down, talk this and that,
right,
and
right.
everything. Just because that's what kind of dude I am. But by me being so humble and all that stuff, and you sit back and you let somebody speak for you, people get misconstrued and think this and that, and that's why you won't hear me talking more. And number one, I'm, my IQ on this boxing is, is through the roof. But I'm just ready to get back in there though, really.
So what's your schedule like? When are you getting back in there?
I mean, well, now I'm promoter free and all of that stuff. So we gonna see who we gonna work with, and pretty much go from there.
Okay, real talk. Okay.